My wife 31F cheated on me 34M. I'm trying to figure out how to proceed. My wife and I had what I thought was a great marriage up until a couple days ago when I discovered something that shattered my entire world and made me question everything. My wife was in the shower and left her phone on the nightstand and I saw it light up. I glanced over and did a double take when I saw it was from someone named Bo. My curiosity got the better of me and I snooped through her texts with her boo. It was worse than I ever could have imagined. They constantly talked about how they loved each other and how they wished they could be together. At this point my heart was fucking racing and I heard my wife turn off the shower, so I put her phone back. When she got out she could absolutely tell something was wrong and kept asking me if I was okay. I told her I was fine, just stressed from work. She pressed me but eventually dropped it and eventually we both went to bed. She is a heavy sleeper, so when she eventually fell asleep I went through her phone and what I found shook me to my core. I found evidence she actually met up with this guy multiple times. She's taken business trips to go to his house for a week. After I found all this I spent the night drinking and being sad. For these past few days my wife has been trying to cheer me up as she can tell I've been off. She keeps asking what's wrong and I shrug her off. How do I go about confronting her? She's literally acting like she cares about me, and me being depressed is hurting head as if she hasn't been fucking someone else for over a year. Any advice would be appreciated. Thank you. Edit. Thank you guys so much for the advice and support. I will keep you guys updated as the situation progresses. Multiple people have actually pinged me and shared their stories of being cheated on and it's really helping me out. Next story. My 30M girlfriend 28F of 7 years cheated on me and got pregnant. I just need someone to give it to me straight. I just need to get all of this off of my chest because I have no one to vent to in my personal life about this. I just need someone to read this and tell me what I need to do. Forgive me if this is long. So her and I have been dating since 2015. And I love her. There's no doubt that I love her and I know she loves me too. We're so integrated into each other's lives that it's hard to picture a life in the future without her. Let me back up a bit. For the last few years our relationship has stagnated. It's had its ups and downs surely. But the past few years has been neither particularly good nor terrible. We have had issues with intimacy. However, the chemistry wasn't there in the same it had been in the past. This issue brought me extreme insecurity and anxiety and understandably made her insecure as well. To cut a long story short, it got so bad that one day in July 2022 I get off of work and all of her stuff is gone. She had bought a new house and told me I wasn't coming with her. I was devastated. I had to move back to my mom's house 100 miles away and rearrange my entire life without any notice. During that entire time we remained in contact and began to slowly make up. I get inspired to make the changes I needed to patch up the relationship, and I was ashamed it took so much to get that going. Soon enough I start doing really well. She's proud of me and happy with the strides that I'm taking. She won't let me visit her house. But we're going on dates and having sex more when we get time together. But she's getting visibly more depressed as time goes on. This puzzles me and I get really worried about her. She starts having more issues with her health. Constant nausea, gallbladder surgery, and has a fall/concussion at work. She's very overwhelmed, but I'm there for her. And I'm very stressed because she's always been depressed and is a busy person, so she always has a lot going on. So she's always balancing. Cut to about a month ago. Her and I are having a very emotional discussion about the issues I've had in the past. And it's here she admitted to me that she had a miscarriage and it wasn't mine. I was floored. She apparently had sex with this man pretty soon after I had moved out and got pregnant during the first encounter. And since she was already pregnant she told me that she had sex with him at least twice more. This hurt me deeply and still does. But at the time I knew I had been a pretty awful boyfriend in the past. And like I said, I love her so much and can't picture my life without her, so I thought this would be something I could work past. It would take time. But I thought that I could do it. Everything started making sense. All the health issues and various other events started fitting together. The fall at work was her going to the hospital for the miscarriage. It was just all lies and I was entirely oblivious because I never suspected her to be capable of this. Now we jump to a few days ago. I call her to say goodnight and this guy answers the phone and I immediately know who it was. It turns out that during the pregnancy she gave him a key to her house, which I've never set foot in BTW, and he's been coming over periodically and flipping his shit at her for talking to me and laying his hands on her. Not striking, but gripping her to the point of bruising. Immediately my biggest concern is her safety. I try to get her to stay at her mother's house but she just won't. Mind you, she just got approved to move into a new apartment and is looking into renting out the house because of this scenario. In the meantime, She doesn't seem to think that she's at any sort of risk of harm. And we got into a huge fight about it tonight. And at this point I am just so exhausted of worrying about this person that deeply betrayed me. She's cried over it and talked about how much she's regretted this and how this was such a huge mistake that's caused a chain of evens, etc. I've always trusted her. I had never pinned her for a liar or cheat, but I guess I drove her to that point. I believe she regrets. But this is such a giant mess now. I can't stop asking myself, how did I get here? I don't think there's anything salvaging this, but I can't seem to let go. What do I do? Edit. Thanks everyone for the tough love. This is easily the most difficult period of my life that I've ever been through. I've never been so deeply betrayed, especially from someone that I put every ounce of trust into. It's clear that my obliviousness and blatant denial is my way of trying to cope with the obvious. For now, I need to take some time to myself to heal. I've cut contact and will take what I've learned here as a valuable lesson. It's so difficult even now, but you guys are right and I need to do what's best for me and stop trying to salvage the unsalvageable just because the right decision is the most painful one. Thank you again.